Vicki Hofnagel, investigating the Ethical Times Novastar crimes. This information is being provided to reporters at the New York Times because they have a great deal of information they've collected on Novastar. What I found out about Novastar was that prior to 2007, it was about June of 2007, I learned that from Marlon Jefferson, who was an agent for Novastar, informed me that the billions of dollars and profit that Novastar was making came from the fact that they had special computer software. He informed me that Novastar Financial actually owned all the software and the software company, but had not made this public yet. And that for many years under Steve Hassan, the use of this software, instruction on the software, was provided to all the brokers so that they would understand how to use the software in order to procure loans. The software was generated from a company called Pipefire, and the agents and executives of that company were blending with the agents and executives at Novastar. This company and group of individuals was able to do a backwards on bank loans. In other words, what was the final number that was necessary to get the loan? They created software that their agents could use, broker agents, these are brokers, could use to fill in to get the loans, so that they were working backwards. So Pipefire and there's other individuals that were involved were all computer nerds and software developers, and they were working with Novastar and had special contracts with Novastar. Marlon Jefferson was very clear when he told me that Novastar Financially actually owned these companies. It owned these companies, but it had not been made public. And through the owning of these companies and using this software, they were able to procure the loans very easily and had never been turned down, because what they would do is be able to put the numbers in at the back and be told everything that they needed to have for the loan documents. So basically it was a format that could be pushed in. It was a template used by the brokers to get the loans. It wasn't, just willy-nilly. They actually had sophisticated software in order to generate very sophisticated looking documents and have all the numbers crunched so that they could get the loan. But it didn't stop there. Marlon Jefferson told me, as well as Ambrosi Tavanovich, who was an agent for Streetlinks. Streetlinks was part of Pipefire and other groups. These were all software groups, and Streetlinks was the appraisal hand. Streetlinks, I was told, was owned by Novastar Financial in 2007. There was no press on this. Nothing came out to about 2008. So this was all under the table, hidden, what was going on. So I don't know what the contracts were, but I had these two individuals tell me, who were agents to Novastar and agents to Streetlinks, that this was going on. Now what this was another part of this scam. You see, they had software to do the appraisers. So for the appraisers who now joined Streetlinks, but it was also software that was given to the broker. So the broker was using the loan software and the appraisal software to mish them together to have perfect documents to get the loan. Appraisals were, 3-4 times the actual property value, and everything was tweaked in by the numbers from the back end. So what they were doing is they were being able to go back, like, what number do I need to get this dollar amount of the loan and to finance the loan. So brokers, Marlon Jefferson, broker, was actually appraising the properties and doing the appraisal documents in computer and instructing Ambrosi Tavanovich on what to do and what to sign. Ambrosi Tavanovich filled out the forms and used the software from Streetlinks, but the person who was actually putting the numbers in for the values was the broker, Marlon Jefferson. So we have a major conflict here. And this is how all of these properties got so, extremely overpriced. Ridiculous numbers. A $500,000 home would come in at about $2 million. So this is what they were doing in order to get the loans out. It was the software. It was a deal they had going with the software company executives, and this, I believe, was probably going on prior to 2007. I can only speak to my knowledge of what the witnesses told me in 2007. It'll take further investigation to find out when they started working with Pipefire and everything, but in 2007, I have evidence and witnesses who heard Marlon Jefferson and Ambrosi Tavanovich state Streetlinks is owned by Novastar. Novastar gets all of its loans through because of the special software we have for loans. Novastar also gets all of its appraisals done and passed because of the special software for Streetlinks. And this was the bottom line deal. This is like sort of the missing link. Like, how did they connive all this, and how did it go so fast? They had the software. They had specialized software to back in the loans in. They knew the numbers. They just crunched them, and then it would tell them what to put in. What should the salary be? What should this be? What should that be? So they could actually, each loan document, fill in the blanks very easily with the numbers being told to them that they needed to have. Pretty clever. This is where our electronic world went. It went into the software and the software companies that were working with Novastar to do all of this bank crime that they did. It took two to tango. And the software companies, no one has pointed a finger to them, and now we know the twist. Novastar Financial, a mortgage company, now owns Streetlinks, an appraisal company. And it didn't happen by chance. Also, all the executives from Pipefire are executives for Streetlinks today. Also today, Steve Hassam, the head of sales for Novastar, the guy who was in charge of sales of the loans, is now the president of Streetlinks. They got to bed together, no question. This is Vicki Hufnagel telling you how they did it. This is how the Novastar part of their crimes was done. They had the software to run everything quickly with a push of the finger. Boom! Input was put in, and brokers were becoming appraisers, and brokers were able to fill in the numbers to get every loan approved. That's what happened.